So Seattle will get the first possession. So let's take a look at Pittsburgh's starting lineup. We've got Davis, and it's Purdue in at the center position, locking down the middle. Back to Payton. And he buries his first look.
The first good move in a long chess match between these coaching staffs.
Yeah, now we get to see the counterplay. How you respond is half the battle out there.
Here's Flowers. There's the screen. Kemp with a rebound. Seattle on offense. Pass to Shrimp. Fires it. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Here's Foster. No good on the shot. Here's Shrimp. On the wing, Payton. Pass to Kemp. Back to Payton. Lays it up and banks it in. Payton's gotten his second bucket of the game.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
And it's Pittsburgh's ball. 6-point game. Smith with it.
Sonics foul call. Percy Hawkins. First personal foul. First team foul.
Seattle on D. Smith outside. 6 to shoot. Pass to Flowers. Pittsburgh needs to get off a shot here. Pittsburgh, no good that time either. Outside Payton. Seattle move the ball around.
Look out!
Wow! Oh, my goodness! And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
One shot.
Every trip up the floor gets more and more important.
Yes, indeed. They badly want to stop the bleeding here.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. Here's Smith. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Deflects the pass. On the wing, Peyton.
They played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Yeah, they've come out with more energy and effort, and that's reflected in the score.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Smith outside. To the inside. Davis can't hit.
Well, I believe that's now 4 straight misses to start the game. Talk about stumbling out of the block.
Here's Peyton. That one off the back iron and out. Boy, it's been a minute since they last scored.
It has been. And at what point do you alter your strategy? Try to get back on track.
Here's Shrimp. High post Holmes. Here's Flowers. Pittsburgh, no good that time either.
I mean, just a tough start. Missing their first 5 shots.
Peyton, good on the baseline J. Peyton's got 6 points.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Pass to Purdue. Some nice ball movement by Pittsburgh. Here's Hawkins. He's scoreless. Now Peyton. Here's Hawkins. Here's Flowers. Pass to Foster. Smith outside. Five on the clock. To the paint. Here's the break. Here's Kemp. Checked by Davis. And they call an illegal screen here.
And that's 2 awful trips in a row resulting in turnovers. Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
They set a pick. Pass to Flowers. Now Davis. Here's Smith, guarded by Peyton. A shot to stop the run. Seattle pulls it in. Into the lane. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Seattle.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And I've also really liked how aggressive they've been in the open floor. I mean, when they see a chance to push it, they go for it.
And they say that leadership starts at the top, Stan. How does great ownership and the front office permeate an organization?
Well, you're absolutely right, PA. Leadership starts at the top. And the best owners in this league go out and get great people, and then they empower them. They don't micromanage. They get people to work and use their expertise to build the organization.
Basket counts. Payton's got 11.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Unfortunately for them, they're reeling at this point.
So true. Very little going their way right now at either end of the floor.
Pass to Purdue. Outside Jones. Smith against Payton. 11 feet out. Pittsburgh, no good that time either. Seattle leading by 18. Here's Kemp. And Seattle tacks on 2 more.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
And so it's Pittsburgh with it. Looking for their first basket of the game. They set the pick. Pass to Flowers. Takes a 3. Kemp with a rebound. Kemp's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Hawkins. Flowers grabs the board.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights, that bucket is automatic.
And here's Smith, guarded by Payton. Oh, got a piece of it. And they're running. Here's Holmes. Launches it. A nice shot by Hawkins.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching. A perfect game plan.
And it's Pittsburgh's ball. Smith outside. Pass to Flowers. Here's Foster. Shot clock at 5. To snap the cold streak. Pittsburgh, no good that time either. The Supersonics leading by 23. And it's going to be out of bounds. Seattle will have another go.
Well, a risky pass there. And if you ask me, they're lucky that the defense didn't steal that one.
Timeout called, the Supersonics.
On the court score. Fans from all the sections get free t-shirts. Let's see who's the last.
Here's Snow. Six on the shot clock. McMillan passes to Snow. Knocks down the long J.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Boy, they're in a rough patch right now.
Yeah, momentum is definitely not on their side.
Pass to Smith. Here's Foster. Shot from 16. Rebounded by Johnson.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Here's Askew. Defended by Jones. Spins. Askew passes to Snow. Up and over Smith. Snow, no good. And so it's Pittsburgh with it. Nothing up yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Smith. Here's Flowers. The three is up. Gets the three ball to go.
Finally, a make for this team. Hopefully it gives them a little confidence.
Yeah, you know, sometimes all it takes is that first bucket to get a team into a groove.
Now here's Johnson. Yet to see a basket. Pittsburgh making a switch here. Bryant's checked in.
Fourth substitution, number 2, Mark Bryant.
Here's Snow. They set the pick. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Perkins. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup.
You can't help but look toward their defense. They're totally lost.
Now here's Smith. Outside Jones. Back to Smith. Pass to Flowers. Smith outside. Clock at 6. On the wing, Jones. Hey, expanding his range. Seattle pulls it in. Here's Askew.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
A minute 58 left in the first quarter here. Pass to McMillan. Over to the left wing. Here's Askew. Defended by Jones. Up again. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Perkins has gotten his second bucket on the night.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
Here's Flowers. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Pittsburgh shooting their first free throws of the game.
At the line for Pittsburgh, Flowers. 2 shots.
That free throw misses. Both teams deciding to change it up. And he's good on the second. Here's Snow. .116 left to play in the first. Pass to Wingate. Here's McMillan. 6 to shoot for 3. Pure from three-point range.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
The shot by Flowers, no good.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Down low. Oh, swiped away. To the middle. Here's Shumshay. Johnson with the defensive effort.
Well, the defense shut that lane down quickly. That's the kind of effort you need to see.
Seattle making a switch here. Christopher's checked in. Davis, he's checked in for Pittsburgh. Seattle on offense. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. McMillan passes to Wingate to the inside. Christopher. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
.23 seconds left to play in the first. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Left side, Brown. Davis down low.
Supersonics foul. David Wingate. First personal foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting for Pittsburgh, Michael Davis. At the line for 2.
That free throw good from Davis. That one's no good. And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we got a blowout underway here. The Supersonics on top, running away with this one. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen from the Supersonics, what do you think, guys?
Defensively, their gambles are paying off, jumping passing lanes and pressuring ball handlers.
Yeah, turning defense into offense, getting out in the open floor. This is exactly what they wanted.
They've got Johnson, and it's Wingate in at the shooting guard position. Davis can't hit. And for Pittsburgh, we've got Davis, and it's Shamshe in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Seattle tacks on 2 more.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And so it's Pittsburgh with it, following the bucket by Seattle. Miller outside. Back to Brown. Bryant finds Miller. Some nice ball movement by Pittsburgh. Oh, and Johnson with a block. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Coming over the floor for Seattle, Sam Perkins, Detlef Shrimp, Percy Hawkins.
And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Johnson a screen on Brown. Here's McMillan. He's got 5. Shrimp misses. Here's Shamshe. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Here's Shrimp. After the basket by Pittsburgh on the other end. And Bryant pulls it down.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Here's Shamshe, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
Pulling no punches, attacking the heart of that defense.
Shamshe's gone 2 for 3 from the field. Here's McMillan. Pass to Shrimp from the arc. They get it back. And here's what Pittsburgh's schedule looks like. On Friday, they'll be playing the Lakers in Los Angeles. And then on Monday, they're off to Oklahoma City to face off with the Thunder.
The road is never the highlight of your schedule for any team.
Take a break.
But for these guys, it is a chance to go out there, test themselves, and see how well they gel outside of home court. It could be a very valuable experience.
He misses the free throw. And he sinks the second. Now Brown. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. It's stolen by Johnson. And here's the fast break. And he lobs it up.
They're really in control on both ends of the floor right now, forcing turnovers and finding easy points while the other guys struggle to keep up.
And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the force. Just 4 to shoot. Picked it out of midair. And here's the fast break. Pass to McMillan. Here's Snow. There's the screen by Johnson. To the paint. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And so it's Pittsburgh with it, following the bucket by Seattle. Outside, Brown. Knocked loose. Here's Wingate. Checked by Davis. Snow, the pass to Kemp. Here's Flowers. Outside, Brown. Pass to Flowers. And here's Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Bryant finds Davis. Here's Flowers. They still need this. Pittsburgh, no good that time either.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
McMillan passes to Snow. Here's Kemp. 7 points in the game. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Almost converts despite the contact.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. So he comes up empty at the line.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
Inside. Ball stolen. In transition. Here they come. Shrimp's shot is good. Shrimp's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
They're getting run over. That's 3 straight hoops on the break.
And a big issue for them, turnovers.
Yeah, you just can't give away possessions in this league.
Brown looking around. Pass to Flowers, to the paint. Foster. That one's off. Still out of sync. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA. The league is hoping for more competition for the All-Star game, and one idea to motivate the players is more prize money for the winning team. It worked for the Emirates Cup. The All-Star festivities drive revenues and publicity for the league, so those that are advancing this suggestion say, put some money on it. Brian, back to you.
All right, Allie. Thanks a lot. The first one falls. Davis, he's checked in for Pittsburgh. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. They're having very little success right now.
And they really could take a different approach, right? Find something that works.
Brown with it. To the inside. Seattle pulls it in. Kemp's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To the middle. Here's Holmes. Oh, it's Holmes with the big jam.
In terms of offense, they've been the more efficient team by far.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
Here's Brown, following the bucket by Seattle. Here's Flowers. There's a screen from outside the arc. And Holmes pulls it down.
Familiar results for him. He can't get anything to go.
Snow, the pass to Askew. Here's Kemp. Sinks another one. He's on a roll, starting 4 for 4.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Outside, Brown. Pass to Davis. Lays it up and banks it in.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
And it's the Supersonics with the ball. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Here's Kemp. The jump hook. The bank shot, no good.
More often than not, he'll cash it in from that area. The defense might have done just enough to bother him.
On the wing, Davis. Some nice ball movement by Pittsburgh. Back to Brown. Pass to Flowers. Here's the 3. Seattle pulls it in. Shrimp's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Askew. Uses the glass on the layup. Askew's gotten his first points in this one.
And guys, this is why coaches value playing with pace.
Yeah, they have made the most of their transition chances.
Now here's Brown. Here's Flowers. Down low. Here's Davis. It's rebounded by Shrimp. Shrimp's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Kemp. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the force. Shot clock at 6. Here's Shrimp. Checked by Davis. Outside, Brown. To the paint. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
First personal foul.
Pittsburgh shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight.
Shooting for Pittsburgh, Michael Davis. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. Smith, he's checked in for Brown. And the second free throw is good. Seattle on offense. They're on a 19-7 run.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Kim's gotten about everything to drop, shooting 6 of 7. Pass to Flowers. Outside Davis. Five on the clock. Here's Foster. Kemp with a rebound. Kemp's got rebound number 8 now. And he lobs it up to the rim. Shot's good by Simpson.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Pass to Smith. Here's Flowers. Right side, Davis. To the middle.
Yeah, that's a nice dish. A lot of times the best way to put the ball in the right spot is with that bounce pass.
Seattle on offense. Inside. Here's Simpson. And he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, that's like a quarterback leading his receiver. Put it right on him.
There's 1:59 left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Flowers. Back to Smith. Over Payton. Smith no good.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense. Moving the ball for the highest percentage look.
There's 1:17 left to play in the half. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Pass to Foster. 6 on the shot clock. No good from 11 feet.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
They grab their own miss. Here's Lawal. Payton passes to Kemp. Seattle needs to get off a shot here. And Wingate gets it to go.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
35 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Pass to Flowers. Back to Smith. Here's Foster. Now here's Smith. Here's Davis. It's hauled in by Simpson. Wingate passes to Payton. Launches it. He buries it from 3. Payton's got 14. And so it's Seattle. And they're up an insane amount going into the break. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out.
You take a look at the Supersonics. I've always loved when I started the season at home. I'd be eating good, I'd be dominating down low, I'd be picking up that big old dub.
So, Shaq, how many of those Game 1 home openers did you actually win over your career?
AOT, Ernie, all of them.
And looking now at that first half, anything that could have gone wrong did go wrong for Pittsburgh.
They were careless, lots of turnovers. It's tough to win playing like that. I think I can hear Coach in the locker room right now. Volume said, to 10.
I'm sure he's giving them an earful and then some. And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. And so it's Pittsburgh with it. They've got Rashawn Holmes, and it's Payton in at the point guard position. Purdue passes to Foster. Some nice ball movement by Pittsburgh. Just 5 on the clock. To the inside, Purdue. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Woo! B.A., that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good. Here's Hawkins. On the court for Pittsburgh, we've got Smith, and it's Purdue in at the 5, roaming the paint. Payton with it. He's against Smith. Holmes, good.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And so it's Pittsburgh with it. Pass to Flowers. And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into this second half. Stolen by Holmes. Payton passes to Hawkins. Flowers grabs the board. Hawkins has gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. To the paint. Ooh, poked away. Foster with the bucket.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Here's Davis. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
3 straight buckets to start the half. This is how they wanted to come out and execute.
Here's Hawkins. Outside Payton. 3-pointer. And again, it's Seattle missing. Payton against Smith. Pass to Flowers. Down low. Here's Purdue. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
And it's the Supersonics with the ball. Here's Kemp. It's hauled in by Foster.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Flowers. And again, it's Pittsburgh with a bucket.
Wow, he doesn't make those kind of plays too often. Sweet move inside.
Payton against Smith. Holmes, a screen on Smith. Outside Payton. 6 to shoot.
Wow!
What a finish with a reverse dunk.
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? A terrific view of that move captured on the connected cam, thanks to AT&T. Here's Flowers. 6 points for him. Pass to Smith. Here's Foster. Here's Purdue, defended by Holmes. Smith against Payton. Offensive board. Here's Foster, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Foster's gotten his second bucket.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Now Smith. Clock at 6. Fires at the elbow. That shot, no good. They are blowing this one open.
Maybe the only question is how big will this lead grow?
Counted from distance.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
Now here's Smith. Pass to Davis. Here's Shrimp. Check by Davis. Tipped. Smith outside. And he lobs it up top. Shot clock at 6.
Michael Davis.
And it's the Supersonics with the ball. Pass to Shrimp. And there's a pick to the middle. Here's Kemp. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though. And so it's Pittsburgh with it. Here's Flowers. For 3. Seattle pulls it in. Payton with it, guarded by Smith. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Supersonics.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
Well, something else that stands out is how they've shared the ball. I mean, they're getting a lot of their points from sharp passing.
And that one misses. And so it's Pittsburgh with it. Here's Flowers. 6 points for him. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Simpson, he's checked in for Holmes. Jones, he's checked in for Pittsburgh. Here's Askew. And there's the screen. Inside. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
And here's Smith. Purdue passes to Smith. Here's the break. Here's Snow. 6 to shoot. Pass to Perkins. And it's Pittsburgh with a rebound. On the wing, Jones. Here he goes. Outside Davis. Jones feels it out. And here's Smith. Oh, trying his luck from deep. It's hauled in by Simpson.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
They get the rebound. Second chance effort. Out left to the wing. Here's Snow, covered by Smith. Snow, no good. And it's Pittsburgh's ball. Up top, Smith. And he's going for the lob. Here we go. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. A lot of conversation in the NBA about expansion. Commissioner Adam Silver said there are clearly markets out there that are very interested and will run through a process. I'm looking forward to it. There's an enormous amount of interest out there. It's on the league to look at it holistically. Back to you, Brian.
All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Purdue. And good. Off the lead pass that time. Purdue's got 8 points.
If the possession ends with a shot in close, you've done something right.
This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
Snow, the pass to Perkins. Here's Snow. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it fly. It's hauled in by Foster. Foster's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Smith finds Jones. Down low. Here's Foster. Snow grabs the board. Here's Lawal, covered by Smith. There's the screen. Pass to Simpson. To the right side. Here's Snow. And the jumper is good at the free throw line. Snow's got his second basket. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Smith outside. 4 on the clock. From downtown, Seattle pulls it in. Here's Snow. He's got 5. Pass to Perkins. From down in the low post, it goes. Perkins has got 4 points this quarter.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
.151 left in the third. Smith passes to Jones. Over to the wing. Now here's Smith. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Substitution on the court.
A minute and a half left in the third. Here's McMillan, defended by Brown. Pass to Wingate. Here's McMillan. Clock at 6. The offensive rebound. Johnson with a bucket.
And attacking a somewhat helpless defense right now. Just a relentless effort.
Well, you love the dedication. This is how you have to play. Don't let up just because you're out front.
Here's Shamshay. Outside, Brown. Here's Flowers. Off target from 3-point range. Seattle on offense. They're on a 19-6 run. And Wingate gets it to go.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
We've got 33 seconds left in the third. Pass to Flowers. To the inside. Here's Bryant. And then Bryant with the dunk.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce. Seattle on offense. Here's McMillan. He's got 5. Pass to Christopher. Let's go with a 3. And 3 quarters of play in the books. This one's all but over already. The Supersonics on top, running away with it. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. It'll be the fourth quarter of basketball coming up next. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And it's the Supersonics with the ball. They've got Rashawn Holmes, and it's Perkins in at the 4. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. And so Brown will bring it up for Pittsburgh. Pass to Flowers. Lets it go from the wing. And it's Perkins with a rebound.
I'm not sure how he's going to explain that shot later.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
And despite the NBA's popularity, some folks criticizing the wide-open style of play.
Yeah, you know, B.A., some of the artistry is lost when guys are mostly hunting for open threes. But for some teams like the Celtics and Warriors, that's been a championship-winning formula. And, well, we all know it's a copycat league.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line for the Force, Mark Bryant. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. Pittsburgh making a switch here. Davis is checked in. Good on both. 1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. Here's Hawkins to the paint. Here's Holmes. It's hauled in by Shumshay. Brown with it. Here's Flowers. Count that one.
If you give him any sort of space, he's gonna attack.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth. Here's McMillan. Here's Shrimp.
Seattle foul. Sam Perkins. Second personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Flowers. Well, officials have never been under greater scrutiny, so development is key, Grant. And I read now they have a training app refs can use on their phones.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the players leveraging electronics to train smarter, and it's great to see the officials making use of technology as well.
Pass to Flowers. Three-pointer.
He made a 3 back in the first half, but that's it. We'll see if he can find his stroke.
Here's Shrimp. And it's Pittsburgh with a rebound.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in. Great pass to hit him in stride. Love to see teammates in sync with each other.
They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like, B.A., they haven't stopped pressing the issue.
Holmes, a screen on Brown. Here's McMillan. Here's Shrimp. And again, it's Seattle missing.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Pass to Flowers. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Brown. And here's Bryant outside. Seattle pulls it in. Holmes has got 4 rebounds in the game. Hawkins, the pass to McMillan. To the wing, right side. To get back on track. Shrimp's shot is good. Shrimp's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And a quiet first half from distance. Didn't even try a 3, but now he's 1 for 2 from deep in the second half.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Back to Davis. Pass to Bryant. And then Bryant with the dunk.
As a defender, you have to get more physical with him in the post.
Yeah, once he gets the ball in that spot, help has to be very quick to rotate over.
Seattle on offense. Here's McMillan. Here's Shrimp. There's the triple. And Bryant pulls it down. Here's Flowers. Back to Brown. Pass to Flowers. Well, Coach, the younger generation in the NBA just continues to get better and better.
Yeah, it's like anything, BA. I mean, evolution is something that's real, right? People evolve and get better and build on the people ahead of them. You learn from the people ahead of you. The players watch guys as they grow up, and then they learn to do things. The next generation learns from them, and the skill level just continues to improve.
Trent misses.
Just too many missed threes for him tonight. He must be sharper here down the stretch.
Flowers' shot is good.
Can't argue with a chance like that. Give me more of those.
Here's McMillan. Holmes, a screen on Brown. Here's McMillan. Pass to Shrimp. Beyond the arc. And it's Pittsburgh with a rebound. Bryant's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Flowers. Back to Brown. Here's Flowers. To the middle. Here's Davis. And Davis slams it home.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And it's the Supersonics with the ball. After the basket by Pittsburgh on the other end. They set the screen. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Brown looking around. Pass to Flowers. Back to Brown. And here they come. Hawkins, the pass to McMillan. Picked by Holmes. Here's McMillan. 6 to shoot. Here's Shrimp. The three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game from 3.
Here's Shumshade. And that one is hammered home.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
Here's McMillan. And you look around the league, 30 different organizations, each with their own cultures. What did you look for as a player, Greg?
Well, you know, BA, winning always comes first. But after that, you're looking at resources and how they care for their players. That's where teams are trying to separate themselves these days.
And down it goes. 2 points.
Strong pass there to set up the basket.
They just can't stop this run.
And honestly, the more empty trips they have, the more they feel the pressure.
Shrimp's shot is good. Shrimp's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Brown passes to Davis.
Supersonics foul. Percy Hawkins.
So Pittsburgh going with almost an entirely new group here.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Purdue. Smith left side. Shot clock at 5. Oh, stolen by Payton. And they're pushing it up.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Here's Smith. Now, Greg, many of the newer rules have helped unlock offenses. Any need to help out the defense?
You know, I think the rules are fine, BA. It's just about allowing defenders to do their job and limiting the cheap foul calls so they can stay on the floor. Nice basic one-hander there.
Hey, I think you got some extra bounce off the ground on that one. Payton passes to Hawkins. Pass to Payton. With some arc. Count that one. He's 8 for 10 from the field now.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
And so it's Pittsburgh with it. Smith outside. To the left wing. Here's Foster. Tipped away. Here's Shrimp. Check by Davis. Shrimp passes to Hawkins. Pass to Holmes. Shot clock at 6. Here's Kemp. Davis with a rebound. And here's Smith. Back to Davis. Seattle pulls it in. Now here's Payton. Up and over Smith. Kemp. It's good on the putback.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
Smith outside. Stan, I have to ask, how important is it to have a big man in today's NBA?
That is a great question, B.A. And look, things have really changed. We went from big, strong guys in the league and centered our game around those guys to then people wanted to play small ball and be more skilled. But now what everybody's figured out is we can get that same skill from bigger guys, and bigger and better is better than smaller and better.
Here's Flowers, following the bucket by Seattle. Here's the pick to win the cold spell. It's not going to go for him. Now Payton. Pass to Kemp. Back to Payton. Got a hand on it. Here's Flowers. To the inside. There's 42 seconds left in the final quarter. Payton passes to Holmes. Oh, it's Holmes with the big jam.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And so it's Pittsburgh with it, following the bucket by Seattle. Here's Flowers. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Fourth team foul. At the line for Pittsburgh, Flowers. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And he makes the first, but misses the second. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
And he gets the bucket.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on them.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Smith outside. So it's Seattle picking up the win, They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
And that'll do it for this inaugural game of the NBA season. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave, we present our player of the game.